Yoga for Healing. We're going to have a little chat about these unions, about the divine and feminine energies. Being one who has met soulmates and a twin flame, just to name a few particular ones, warlocks, 33-degree Masons, they all told me they were. I didn't see a problem with that because my grandfather was a 33-degree, my grandmother was a Eastern Star, and that ran through our family on both sides, both a part of that secret society. Myself being initiated as a rainbow as a child, I used to think it was Sunday school. We did a lot of drawings, coloring, while they talked to us. They being mostly my father's family were our teachers. And peculiar, when it came time to me to go to my elders about what was going down in the world globally, about our lineage, I was given the silent treatment or no response. But my father used to talk to me since the first day I came home from school talking about slave ships. He said, we didn't come on no ship. We not from Africa. We're from here, American Indian. And yes, there are photos of my mother in their original fashion wear, headbands and all. He couldn't find those pictures before he passed away. Ironically, he had got his cancer under control. It was in remission. But then that COVID shot came along. But nobody listened to me. So then I started to realize at the same time as I was dating one of them, these dark warlock that are stalkers, handlers. I won't even say the other words that come to mind that they are. They are vampire. They do feed off of our energy. And I'm not talking about for a week or a couple of months or a couple of years. I'm talking about years. The last situation I had, or I'm still dealing with, was them having the power to have control over the court system to remove a document that I have a copy of from the court concerning my home that I was going to sell last summer. I had offers and everything. People coming in to look at it. But for some reason, after 5 or 6 real estate agents, because this was only the last time that I put it up. Well, I literally put it up for sale this time. The other ones, we didn't even make it that far. Because they always seem to have a problem with finding the title or the deed with the court. And I've left messages and sent emails and even sent a copy of a picture of my document that I have. But they definitely take my payment for the taxes. So I'm not saying all of this to say that I know for a fact, and dealing with police officers by the dozens and detectives by the half dozen, including multiple states and cities that do not even work together. I asked them, how do you work to investigate a case when you don't even go outside of a certain area and communicate with other detectives? How does that work? If you have this position, but then you're stuck in a cage and you can only do so much of your job. You see how it's set up? Real estate agents, police departments, detectives, bonding agents, or whatever you call them, bill bondsmen. Trust and believe. They have all those little spots, and this is just only one organization I'm speaking of, because there's several. There's a top 10. People have to open their eyes and realize that what they think is fiction or conspiracy theory is real. They just have so many players in play that take action while others are distracted. I've seen firsthand how they all work together in our faces. They didn't want me to move, change location, so that they could keep track of me easier, so they could stay comfy. But me and my ancestors talked. Do I sound frustrated or anything like that? No, I'm cool. Because I've been going on divine time for a long time. They just didn't know. That's why they had to keep gathering up other weaker energies. Yes, I said weaker energies. They, the weak ones, had to go and gather weaker energies that trusted in them to be their little flying monkeys. And just like on that Wiz show, they said, don't come back here with no bad news. But that's all they got was bad news. And that's all they're still getting. We're just watching this shit go down. But yes, pay attention, and including the readers. And if you listen to their verbiage, as I said before, you will see through them, just as I do. It doesn't matter how kind they talk or how much shit they throw into your ear just to take up more time, more of your energy. Time is energy. That is your currency. And if they saying things and your ears perk up or your eyebrows raise a tinge, you better be paying attention to that. People talk about they have their ancestors and their guides and their spirit team, but they don't even know the name of one of them. And they definitely don't ask them for their guidance, and they don't take it. Because otherwise, a lot more people would see the bullshit that they claim to see. Trust and believe. Those phony ones know a lot of information. But there's things that they say that they slip up, that others that are much more awakened than they think they are get more in touch, connected with source, getting the download saying, hey, you know what's up. let's get into the cards. Just wanted to share that. As they still gawk. Incest at the bottom of the deck. Unmarked cars and pickup trucks. Master the elements. Grow and expand at the bottom of the deck. Just seeing what information is it that ancestors and guides has for us. Unappreciated. Not sure. Need time. Questions. All over the place. Someone feels unappreciated. They're not sure of themselves. They're not sure of much. They're very confused. This is someone that may master the elements, that may be driving around in unmarked cars. You have complete mental clarity. And you're looking ahead. You have awareness. You're not distracted. Master elements. Also, you took a leap of faith, or someone needs to take a leap of faith. And actually, a leap of faith is not just one leap. It's like Simon Says. You literally are playing like Simon Says. Because when you're guided to go forward, you go forward. If they say left, you go left. If they say stop, you stop. If they say stay right here, you stay right there. That's how it works. That's when you really learn what walking by faith is. Someone has suffered abuse. Oh, hard on the floor. Bump the camera. Apologies. What changed? Your mental clarity, maybe. Your perception. Energy vampires at the bottom of the deck. What is this? Stagnation. Incarnation. Psychoanalyze. We're going to put that. That's as much as like being in hermit mode, introspecting and self-reflecting, analyzing, learning patterns, codes, like the numerology. I love numbers. Signed your name on something, forgery. They're not being realistic. They're playing. They're playing a love song in their head. They're in a fantasy, a delusion. Delusion that they have told themselves. The illusion, the lies, they believe them. There are too many differences. Honesty is one. Sharing freely and openly may be another. This person can't be honest with themselves, so they can't be honest with you. Just like if they can't love themselves, they can't receive your love because they don't even understand what that is. It's just a word to a lot of people, and they throw it around, and they throw it around like it's a puffball of air. They just toss around like a hot potato with no understanding of what it is and the power of it. They play with it. And then they get fucked by it. Not you. Yoga for Healing crew. But those on the other side that decide to play. He wanted to keep you in a loop. That karmic loop. Recycling your energy over and over. Come in and get what they want. Pretend to be this way or that way. While they're still playing. If she materialistic, most likely she not a true high priest or high priestess. If they require strings and they always tugging at your heart emotions, wanting to strike a chord, cat's eye can use for some protection of monitoring spirits. It's a part of the guidance that we are being given. Think for yourself, or others will make your choices. Open chapters, new pages. Some are not getting new, they're getting new pages, but they didn't write them. They're not in charge because they had to work in groups. They had to get other people's hip hip hooray and to say, yeah, man, you bad, you big. Thinking that they were the biggest, baddest that ever was. Forgetting about my big daddy, the Most High. Forgetting about my big mama. Because she will cut you. And I say that because of the 13th sign that carries that butcher knife. There's always love and kindness. She'll have you fed nice and warm. But don't fuck with Big Mama. And you know who got her back. Don't mess with Nefertiti and Imhotep. Don't mess with Anubis. Don't mess with nobody that is of the heritage, that are the organic originals of this land. Our forefathers, our elders, our ancestors, our guides, our master teachers, because we just won't have it. Let me do. Thanks for being patient. I want to make sure I get these shuffled. Doing them all at the same time is a little bit much. I did pre-shuffle a little bit before I started. Now let's see. Unmarked cars. What is it about these unmarked cars, pickup trucks, vehicles? Someone that wants to be rich, spiritually and financially. Well, they won't be rich spiritually riding around in unmarked cars, but they're trying to gain some kind of money. They're doing it for pay. And the master of the elements, what is this? Fair. They're fair at working. They're mediocre in working with the elements. So they drive around in cars for pay because they want to be rich, or they think that that's going to make them rich. And they really feel unappreciated and they're confused. But This is someone you had a soul tie with or have a soul tie with. Somebody that needs a manicure, pedicure. Or they like your manicure, pedicures. Excuse me, hold on. Let's see. Spiritual. Okay. There's spiritual guides definitely heavily on this. Yeah, because of the soul tie. And I'm thinking, yeah, they might be looking a little rough, but they might like how you keep up yourself. Anuket. Anuket, the embracer. A overflow of blessings is coming for you. I also hear that is the karma that's coming in. Your justice, your karma and their karma. Your good karma, their bad karma. What they're reaping. Your guides are helping you maintain your mental clarity. This leap of faith meant giving them the ultimate rejection they have never felt before. Your grandfather is one of your guides. Either side, whichever grandfather you communicate or you've already felt connected to. That leap of faith was the ultimate rejection and protection for you. Rejection for them, protection for you. They want new, but that's turned sideways. They're not able to come in and have new because they're about being abusive. You're being guided and protected. You took the leap of faith as you were guided to, which was their biggest rejection. This is someone that's selfish, greedy, always gets their way. They're spying. They're mediocre at their skills as far as spell work. So that's why they probably have to go and pay others. We'll find out. What changed? What changed with this soul tie? They became your prosecutor. They wanted to prosecute you. They wanted to harm you, hurt you. Your judge and trial. They believe that they are the ones that is the say all be all for the planet. God complex is what I'm picking up. They need to be psychoanalyzed. Spirit says, damn. They signed your name. They forged your name on some kind of documents. No calls are accepted. Blocked. They are not able to infiltrate your energy because you are guided and you are listening to your guides. Every time they say you move, you move. Not being realistic is what they are. Driving around in unmarked cars. But you have your spirit guide, your protection, blocking. They cannot accept they're a narcissist. This is a narcissist that's under judgment, that can't walk away, that you walked away from. Oh, and they don't have any money coming or going. They don't have any money coming from any direction. And that's a shame. They followed and have been following others. using black magic. Done in that evil heart with evil intent. Being blocked, needing to be evaluated. He wanted to keep you in a loop. The fake accounts are no longer working. Because you see those too. If they're materialistic and all about the surface level pleasures, they are no high priestess or high priest. You're not a karmic female. You are a divine being. If that ain't more clear, well, how much more could it be? You think for yourself. You are somebody's daughter that's guiding and helping protect you. We have Anunnaki out here. They may be saying you're of the same lineage, bloodline, ancestry, and you are peace. You are at peace. You are of peace. You are a divine daughter, a matriarch, or an organic individual of this land. If you're a male, likewise. Cat's eye for protection. Let's go with the tarot first. Jump right in and see what are these energies. Driving around in unmarked cars. Who is this driving around in unmarked cars? Who is this driving around in unmarked cars, thinking they're sly when we're being guided? And since they're stalking, why aren't they picking up what's being put down? That demon, the one that's running them, that's who. And they're fighting and arguing, in conflict and competition with each other, because I've never heard of a bunch of liars and thieves and crooks getting along together forever. Everybody's in for themselves. And now maybe their eyes are being opened to what they've been surrounded by. Saturn in Leo. Strong energy. Hot fire. They burning up. Who is this driving around that wants to be financially rich in an unmarked car? A Queen of Pentacles? A Virgo? Someone that is not rooted? They're not in the upright. This is someone that's selfish. They don't take care of themselves, and that's probably why we have this manicure pedicure out here, honey. Time to do them toes. Somebody that's jealous, insecure, greedy, materialistic, always has to use a filter. A gold digger. More like a truffle digger, nose in the dirt. Self-absorbed, yet envious. I'm not surprised this card fell out. That or the King of Swords or King of Wands. Yeah, someone that's not that fair in their skills. What's up with their skills, Holy Spirit? Whoa. They want to have a victory. They thought their skills were going to give them forward movement, advancement. This is someone that's in hermit mode. Wow, this is Virgo energy also. Strong Virgo energy. That's a stalker. Somebody that needs to be analyzed because they're not analyzing themselves. This soul tie of this person. This wanted to flip. Somebody that's watching a harvest planted some seeds. What's up with this soul tie? They're blocked from the sun. They have no protection, no assistance. They're cut off. They're getting burnt by the sun. Someone of higher authority is blocking their happiness. And every time I see this card, it's either going to represent someone on this 3D plane that's a teacher, someone of authority that has others working under them. It's a corporation, it's businesses, it's a lot of things. But a lot of times I see this as the final say from above. Just like that Ace of Swords card. But they are blocked. As you're being guided, you took this leap of faith and you get your awards. Every time you listen to how you're guided, you will always have a victory. Your skills are on fleek. When you took this leap of faith and gave that ultimate rejection, you were already very strongly aware and confident of yourself and your willpower, your desire to protect your territory, standing your post, alone, solo dolo, unafraid as these fools worked in groups. Ain't God trying to tell you something? This leap of faith, this ultimate rejection. Temperance angels always here. Check the readings, you will see. You got a whole crew, a fleet of angels. Protection that are celebrating your victory. This victory from this abuse. Those that wanted to stop you having from new. That didn't want to be exposed, but wanted to prosecute you. Sacrifice, exactly. A whole community that wanted that. And this abuse was heavy burdens. 10 of Wands. You carried him alone, took the responsibility to complete the task. You released what didn't serve you. You took what was going to be of purpose. And there was an illusion about this. What changed? This prosecutor became under their own illusion. You were protected, unseen, in a bubble. But your intuition, your skills, your mysterious ways only got their imagination going even more. They don't want to be exposed, but they wonder what changed. This King of Cups energy. They always come in as a King of Cups energy. Someone is a kind-hearted, balanced man. Ignore my stomach if you hear it growling. Scorpio energy. someone that seems to be balanced but has an awfully big cup there on his knee. And it looks like he likes to dip his toe in the waters a little bit too. Give me a card on this King of Cups. Someone that's using their fire, their passion, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somebody ambitious, in a Knight of Wands energy. They're wanting to come towards you. They're being, maybe they're taking that leap of faith the wrong way because they're playing the fool. They want to take another opportunity, a chance at you. Planet Uranus, however you want to say it. They're going to want to play with your crown chakra. Put a lot of words in the air. Manipulate it. They're only fair at their skills, but they've been self-reflecting. And what about this Knight of Wands? They're in the Hangman position. They're stuck. They don't have any moves. They signed your name on a contract with a group. They forged your name on something. This narcissist that wants to come in like they're a kind-hearted gentleman that's balanced and minds their business and not about drama, falling sideways, Four of Swords. They're not able to rest or relax. They're not at peace. They can't recuperate from this shit. They're stuck. They're trapped in their own web. And that's what the higher authority said. That's what Spirit says. He wanted to keep you in a loop. So he thought he was going to play you like a Fruit Loop. They didn't think you were aware of the fake accounts. You haven't made any fake accounts. But this thief, this liar, this disloyal person, this false emperor that always likes to come in as a King of Cups, that has been working with a Queen of Pentacles along with the group, don't want anyone to know about their fake accounts or how they're getting told, guided by some leader instead of moving away. They didn't want to realize or come to realization because they were unrealistic in their fantasy and materialistic. They thought you were a karmic female, but you're not. You are a divine being. Now they want to go, well, they're being forced to change. Trying to stay cloaked. They don't want to be seen. Still trying to hide evidence. What about this person that's so materialistic? Yeah, they're the ones that's been under the illusion. They thought you were, but they were this whole damn time as you were sitting and watching, sipping your tea, making your herbal remedies, going online, purchasing a whole lot of stuff from Amazon, keeping your pace slow and steady. Because you've been guided this whole pace. All these years, this time that they've been stalking and spying and watching you, they've been watched. Now it's time to pay up. There's a little tidbit of sympathy, but then when we realized that you wanted us dead, there is no pity. It's only a balanced scale. Okay? Shut up, stomach. What else do we have here? We're going to go a little bit deeper. Because because we got them on the table. And we've already said bye, Felicia. Let me get a little bit of my coffee. French roast with, it's an almond milk with a splash of lavender. Gives me a spa vibe. Like, I don't know if you ever been to that Aveda store. They always have those little teas too. Detoxing. Bye, Felicia. Peace out. Thank you. Next. See, they didn't think that there was going to be a next for you. They thought this was going to be the end for you. They were going to be leaving you and not caring. But you blocked that. Your ancestors and your guides helped protect you. They already saw you were carrying your own burdens, your own load. You doing your own shadow work. You making progress while they are on your tail. They're carrying the burdens now. They're blocked. They've been under their own illusions. And now this emperor, this false shapeshifter, wants to get away. But there's too much evidence. They've been caught for their betrayal. Now they're singing the blues. They're scared. All in their emotions and mental distress. And what about this Queen of Pentacles reverse? They're not getting turned up no more. No more sex, drugs, and alcohol. And no more surface level pleasures. Why is it turned and reversed? Is it because they are in hermit mode? Self-reflecting? Yeah, that time is out. They've been forced to sit down. They're ashamed. They don't want to show their faces. Karmic. Third party relationship. This was a third party in a situation you were in, and this person was caught cheating or betraying you, or your ancestors and your guides forewarned you, already saw that they were trying to have you carry these burdens, and they sent in the temperance angel, rewarding you for following their guide. And then there's a third party in the background that you didn't know about, but your ancestors did, and that's why they told you to tell this person to get the fuck out. Because this was a karmic relationship. Soul tie or not, twin flame or not. When it's not serving your highest purpose, you have to think for yourself. You have to go to your highest self, your higher self. Ask your spirit guides for guidance. Ask them to show you the answers. They may not make sense, but do the shit. You will see, because it will make sense later. You'll be like looking back, and you'll have months of cracking the fuck up laughing at what horrific things you just went through. And now how you watch and sit now, watching them go down, watching all the spell work. But you learned a lot on the way. You appreciate that. Gratitude. Because you learned how to sharpen up your skills and then chill. What else do we need to know about this Queen of Pentacles? They're not wanting to think about the past. They're not reminiscing. They don't want to talk about it. They know the time is up, but they're just avoiding them being caught, I guess, being seen in the background because they know this person's caught. So they're just acting shady, sneaking around. What else do we need to know about this Queen of Pentacles reverse? Yeah, they're in the blues, and they're also scared. Things are heating up, but it's not passion. Oh, they may be worried about your new boo. Or this was their new boo. Yeah. There's no more passion. Things are getting heated between these two, but it's not of that type of chemistry. Because these illusions, people are aware of, they're seeing. What about this Queen of Pentacles reverse and this Emperor? Oh, yeah. She was head over heels, swept up. But she didn't know that she was dealing with a runner. Or it might be her that's doing the skirting. Being the runner. What else do we need to know about this Queen of Pentacles? It still feels like there's something there. Oh, she thought that she was leveling up. She thought she was leveling up with this dude. Oh. Because she was knocked up. Expecting a child. So what about this red lipstick stain? Red flags, warnings. It was a risky situation with this sneaky link. A hidden lover, a low-key situation, a side piece. This Queen of Pentacles reversed may also be in reverse because it's not a female. It could be a male because we have this machoism. And maybe it was a she that thought it was a man that was going to level her up. Or maybe it was this macho man that thought they were going to level up. And somebody didn't see the red flags from someone. What else do we need to know about this red flag? What do we need to know about this red flag? This was wanting to come out. Rebellion, black sheep. Oh, they thought they were doing something different? They thought doing something different was going to level them up. Getting knocked up. Oh yeah, because we already saw the pregnancy card. So this is a female. And she thought that getting knocked up was going to level her up. She didn't see the red flags in him, and he didn't see the red flags in her. This was part of their scheme against each other. She was a sneaky link, and she thought she was going to be on the come up with him. Wow. And now they see what's going on with these illusions. They're not at peace. They're not able to rest, but they're stuck. This mofo stuck right where he at. This karmic third party, he's stuck there. Woo! He's stuck with what he snuck with. And what about this union? This Three of Cups. They're still around. They're not lost in this situation. Maybe they're still only thinking that they're balanced. They don't realize that this is a karmic couple, a sneaky link type of situation. What about this? Lost sideways. They can't be extra about it. They're trying to be quiet too. They want to cleanse themselves. They don't want to be around this couple. That's exactly what I was feeling. They're not really saying too much loudly, but it's a lot of gossip going on. And they're not going to make it extra. They don't want to start no big ruckus. But they praying that they just walk away from them. What is this extra sideways and lost sideways? Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They may be pulling back all the way back. Things may be getting repoed. Somebody has been defaulting on their payment. Maybe they had dues. I don't know. But something they were supposed to pay ain't get paid. If they were supposed to be destiny swapping, taking your energy, they getting shit taken because they didn't get you. They are not having the currency, the energy to pay this karmic debt or whatever this illusion. What about this illusion? Let's see, what is this? This Bonnie and Clyde. They were an illusion. To think that they were ride or die. Had a strong bond. They didn't have a strong bond. It was only a sneaky link, a hidden lever that they fed illusions to. Now they're stuck with learning a karmic lesson because this chick probably got knocked up. Now they're both stuck. Two people of ill intention going into a relationship, saying it's love, saying they want to be together when they're only using each other for their own greedy intent. Perfect. Just exactly how we've been saying karmics will be stuck with karmics. If you didn't hear it from nobody else, I know it came out my mouth before a long time ago because I already saw this coming. Because if you're only on a certain level and you can't raise yourself, or if you sold your soul and now you have to suck other people's energy or sacrifice theirs, what person of a high vibration do you think is going to hang around you too long without seeing through the illusions? It will always be a bye Felicia, bye Fred. Thank you. Next. On to the next mission. On to the next lesson. A lesson to learn and carry the wisdom. This daughter that this couple had ill intentions with this group. They didn't realize was so highly protected. We're going to cut this here. Peace.